people, it's Randee for Thunderhorse Descendant. I'm here and today we're going to be making with Jesse James Beads. So, in the description box below, I have left a materials list for you with all of the links for all of these items which can be found on Jesse James Beads. We are going to talk about them a little bit. I do have an affiliate link with them, so if you would just click that link to get to the website, your girl would appreciate it. Also down there, you're going to find timestamps in the description box to help you navigate the video, rewind, la-ti-ta, all that good stuff, you know. Please support me by subscribing to my channel. I have a goal this year of making it to 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully then I can go live on YouTube and make more beading videos. That's my goal. In the interim, please join me over on Thunderhorse Descendant Facebook business page and Facebook group, where we will be doing lives on Tuesday and Friday at 8 p.m. and also bingo. What else do we do over there? Drawings, giveaways, all that good stuff goes on in the Facebook lives. Tuesday, Friday, 8 o'clock Central Time. And also, if you guys have any of your Jesse James makings or your Bead Box Bargains makings or your Thunderhorse Descendant Taylor's Falls makings, basically if you have anything that you've made that you would like to share with our group, please go ahead and feel free to drop some pictures into the Thunderhorse Descendant Facebook group page and just let us know what materials you were working with, or this is what you're making today or whatever, and do that. So here we go. All right, guys, here we go. So for the most part, these are the items that I'm adding from my own stash. These are just some findings and some wire, which I'm sure you guys all have. All of these items can be purchased on Jesse James Beads. We do have a description box in the link below. I'm sorry, the description box below. There are links to these items, but what we have here is the Guardian Angel Pendant pair. Okay. So I was super excited when I saw these because I'm like, oh, I have an idea for this. So we have the pendant pair. We have the sparkly gunmetal rhinestone chain. So that's this. Super pretty. I was going to measure it. I forgot to measure it. I'm sure it says in the description how much you get. I'm thinking it's like a foot. Yes, it's a foot. We also have the gray glass teardrops. So last time I seen these were in the clearance section, so you might want to grab one up. We have those. And then the twisted hoop chain. Twisted wire hoop metal antique silver chain. So I am never worked with this before. Well, I've never worked with any of these except for maybe some pendants like this. So we're going to see how that goes. But for the most part, this is what we're working with. Today I'm going to talk about these tools because we are using a couple different tools we might not use before, because we are going to be working with 21 gauge square wire. So if you're not familiar with square wire, I do sell this on Thunderhorse Descendant. If you need to wrap up some pendants, I usually use square wire to do it. You can use round wire, but I just like the way the square wire looks. And you'll see when we wrap it. So for the most part, we have our normal stuff. We got our flush cutter, we got our round nose plier, we got our chain nose plier, and I don't even know what they call this one, the little hook one. I just am using this because I can't find my flat nose plier. So in addition to your regular tools that you're going to need, you're also going to need a metal hole punch, and you're going to need a bail making plier. I use this. I don't remember the size on this one, but it's like I want to say it's like the 8mm one. The big part is like 8 millimeters. So that's what we're going to be using in addition to our regular tools today. Okay, so I'm going to use square wire for this. So I get my square wire. I sell it on Thunderhorse Descendant. I get it out at Taylor's Falls Bead Store. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut just one circle of the square wire. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put through. And I'm not going to make them both completely even. I'm going to leave one just a smidge longer than the other. And that's just for tails. Okay, so here's what we got. What you want to do is you're going to want to come in here with your chain nose and just do a little bend right there. You're making basically like a little triangle right there, you see? So again, all I did was I just bent it just a little smidge so that they kind of come together like that. They don't have to be perfect because you're gonna wire wrap over the top of this, but it's just to give it that little indentation. Now honestly, I kind of do want this to be, you know, a little bit work hardened. I'm just giving it just a little smidge of that there, just so you get a nice bail, you see. All right. Now, you could, if you wanted to, you could take and you could, you know, twist these around if you wanted or whatever. But for the most part, you don't really have to do that. As long as you got that good bail work in there, you don't have to. So what I do then is I'm going to go stick my bail plier right above, you see, right above that triangle. And I got both sides in there. I've got them both laying next to each other. So they're coming out next to each other. I'm going to give this just the slightest little bend. Okay, so I give it a little bend. And then I'm going to go over the top here with these two wires. So they're next to each other. See? Just like a normal wire wrap. Spin my plier. And keep going. So that's what you got. Just like a normal wire wrap would be, except for it's just a little more kind of bulky. Okay, now we can start with our wrapping. So we just are going to wrap around like we normally would. You want to kind of keep this crystal, you know, in place somewhat because you don't want to choke it out. But you can see as I'm wrapping down, the crystal is moving less and less. Now, you don't, let me take this out of there. You don't want this to not move at all. And I know you're like, but why, Randee? Because if this can't move at all and it's going to compromise this little part right here and it could break. So I always leave it a little bit loose. But here's what we're going to do about that situation. So I got my tails here. And you can go in and you can give this all like a little squishing, just a smidgy, not too much. Okay. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the tails of this. I have them. So if I'm holding it straight in front of me, this is the front. These are just both poking out the side here. I'm going to grab a hold of this tippy tip of this square wire. Now here's the cool thing about square wire. If you wanted to add charms, at this point is where you would add charms. You'd put your charm on the end before you swizzle it. Okay? But I'm not going to add any because I think I got enough going on this necklace. So, here we go. Tippy tippy of the wire, square wire, tippy tip with your chain nose plier. Here's the trick. You got to spin this wire and the crystal in opposite directions at the same time. Here we go. Okay. So then once you get it going, you can just grab hold of it again. You can make it as spun up or not as spun as you want, however you want to do it. But that's the trick. You got to spin both. I mean, you don't have to, but it's helpful. Oh, just drop it like that. And so now, once you're in here, once you got it kind of together, then you start detail work, okay? So, for the most part, this one turned out pretty good. I always want to make sure those ends are pointed inward so they can't jump out, bite nobody. If you jacked your end up getting a hold of it, no problem. You just go in with your flush cutter and you just give a little snip. Nobody's the wiser, you see? And then you're going to want to give it a little push down so that it, you know, kind of stays there. And then you can go in and do your tightening. You know, don't get too wild up here after you already got it spun up. But you can do any tightening you need to do and stuff like that. But like I said, you want it to move a little bit because you don't want it to not be able to move because it's going to be hanging pretty low on the necklace. It's going to get a lot of action. All right. Okay. To the wings. So here's what our wings are going to look like. Now, before we start attaching things, what we need to do is we need to get out our 1.50 millimeter hole punching, metal punching tool. And let's see. Just looking at these, like, is it possible to line them up? It is. Okay. All right, you see right here when I got these lined up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to punch. I'm going to punch right in line with this second little divot. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Actually, I might have to punch a little further up. Okay, here we go. Let everybody pray or do what you do. Okay, there we go. Got those punched out. Okay. So that's what they look like when you punch them out. It's going to take some of the glaze off because these are probably original just copper, but that's fine because you're going to put your jump rings over the top there anyways, and it's kind of like a more of a rustic piece, so I'm not worried about that at all. Here we go. So this is what we're going to go with. So I have a heavy duty jump ring here. I usually use these for those pick your part situations because they are really heavy duty rings. So I'm just going to give it an open. Close it back up. And the reason for this is that this crystal really is quite heavy. So I want to use a heavy duty ring here. I mean, it's not like, you know, gonna rip your neck off or anything, but it is quite substantial. So, got a ring on. Now, easy peasy from here on out. We are going to take our oval jump ring. This is a larger oval jump ring. Is this the largest one I have? I want to make sure I'm using the largest one. Let me take a look-see. Here's a pretty bigger one. That one seems bigger. That's not even oval. Yeah, let's use those. I don't know if they're... Let's get these out of the way. I don't know that they're... I mean, yeah, they are bigger. Okay. I have them not in their case, so I'm guessing just by eyeballing it that these are maybe a 10mm oval. Okay, we're just going to open that. We are going to put that right here onto our wing. And we are going to attach the other part of it through the front. Okay, because you don't want it to be hanging backwards. So when you go to put that on, you would have your wing facing the front of your crystal, right? Like this. So right now you should be looking at the back part of your wing. Okay. So then when you get it to hang out, it's going to hang this way. Same with the other side. Okay. We're going to put this onto our, oval jump ring. I'm going to go put that guy on here. Now on this side, you're going to be wanting to look at the front of your wing, but they're still back to back. So the back of your wing should be facing the back of your pendant, if that makes any sense. And just get that guy on there like so. So then when you unfold it, here's what we got. Right? So now, with these oval jump rings, you can make sure that the little, together part is in the back. There you go. You can. Yeah. It's looking good. Looking good. Going good so far. Okay. Now all we gotta do is put on chain, you guys. Easy peasy. So, you know what I just realized? I remembered, you guys, we don't need these. We don't even need any of those. We are going to do a no clasp necklace, just an over the head situation. Because I got these two different types of chain. I got this sparkly one. We're going to put that one on first. Then we're going to go with this, the double gunmetal, what are they calling this? Twisted wire hoop metal. Because honestly, I was going to maybe do something else with this too, but it's kind of, I don't know. I've never worked with it before, and I thought, oh, it's twisted, and it's whatever. It's really cool. Honestly, I thought I would put beads in it, but I was like, it's kind of perfect for this. So, anywho. Now, we are going to put on this rhinestone gunmetal. You guys, this is like my favorite chain that I seen on the website. Yes, ma'am. So, I'm just going to get this going down like so. And take a look-see at it. Looks like this one is the odd man out. If you're ever weirded out, you can always take a piece of wire. And you can hang it up. Oh, and then I just dropped it all off there. Anyways, you can hang it up on your wire. Just go like that so it don't fall off. And then you'll see which one is the odd man out. It's this one. So, where's my cutter? So, I'm just going to cut these little loops right here. And now we have two equal parts, which are 6 inches a piece, because we measured this to be a foot. Well, minus that one little loop, so they're probably like 5.5 or something. And we're going to go we're going to start attaching like that. So, now I got these, I'm still using these oval jump rings. And we're just going to attach the first one. Now, these are those smaller ones. These are probably like, a 6mm or 8mm maybe. They're not the big honkin' 10s. So now I want to make sure this is face up when I'm putting it on here. Easy peasy. You guys, I've been so excited to make this necklace. You have no idea. Have you ever had something you've just been like, oh, I gotta make that. I'm gonna make that. And then you finally get all the parts and pieces together. to make it, and you're like, yes, let's make it now. That's how I've been with this. Been like waiting for the mailman to come with my order. Like, ugh, just a hot mess. Anyway, so get them jump rings closed up. Easy. And now, just making sure these are laying flat so that when we connect the next portion, they're not all twisted wonky, you know. Okay, so they're flat. Now we go on to the twisted part. Now, I don't know if this has a hole in it or if it's just welded. Nope, it's welded. Okay. It's welded, so we're going to have to use a jump ring. But I'm wondering, maybe it'll lay fine. So this is designed to like twist up like this, and I'm just thinking on the end, I think I was like, I should cut one off so it's not laying weird. Because I feel like it's gonna, you know, I'm gonna do it. No rules, cutting one off. If this bothers you, don't look. Yeah, I think that's going to help it lay straighter in the whole large scheme of things. All right. So, I just noticed that mine has been spliced together. And I don't... Is that the only part? No wonder it was laying weird. It's like they put this extra little wire on there. Okay, well that's gotta go. Let's cut that off, because I don't want that poking me in the neck. You see this little wire? I don't know. Hoot. Okay, so now we got to cut off one more of these because we did it on the other one before we noticed that thing. Okay, now we're in business. Now I'm going to use these two little tiny oval gunmetal. I know, you're like, Randee, what's with all the switching of the metals? I don't know. I just felt like down here was fine because it's like there's silver wire, there's silver jump ring, but up here, these are both gunmetal, you know? And I'm just like, this is what I feel like doing. I have no idea. No clue. You do whatever you want to do. No rules. Cut your chain, don't cut it, whatever. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm so excited. You guys, I'm going to have to put this on immediately. Like, immediately. I should have ordered enough stuff to make two, so I could have kept one for myself. I mean, I could keep this one for myself, but I mean, I bought it for the website, you know? I was just pulling that out to make sure everything was, you know, not weird. All right. And just like that, there she is. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I have to put it on. I will get you guys a video and pictures and the whole bit, but I have to put it on. Okay, I gotta put it on. Here she is. This is the end product. I'm gonna clean my glass up, of course. Angel wings. And all that lovely chain. There she is. Yeah. Oh, I love it so much. I do. It's great. You could have gone longer as well if you wanted to make it a, you know, like a longer necklace for layering. Well, in my opinion, you could have just grabbed up like either two of these gunmetal chains and then done longer gunmetal or longer with the twisted wire, with the twisted one. But I think this is going to be great. I really like it a lot. Super excited. Oh, look, it matches my earrings. I got those as a gift today from one of the Thunderhorse Descendants. They sent me a beautiful set. Came with a bracelet. Yeah. But yeah. So that's what I got going on today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to get some photos of this and get it up online. So FYI, generally everything that I make on here is for sale. I try to get it in my shop before the video goes out. A lot of times if the link is like, it's like, oh, this isn't available, it's because somebody already bought it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will be back to do more things. Please support your girl by going down to the description box and clicking on one of the Jesse James links. It just takes you to the website. That would be helpful for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you later.